Hey folks, it's Mad Rabbit. I just wanted to come back to you with a new video. I don't even know. I was debating whether to make a video at all about any of this stuff that's going on right now with the Elder Scrolls Online. I wanted to show you guys, like, I think 5 months ago. See, as you see here, this yearly update video I put out, I said something like, oh yeah, my numbers were pretty badly declining. And then like an in-game event, the Cross Tamriel event happened, and I had a nice big influx of viewership back 5 months ago. So, and that was good for the channel. Let's see, where was that? Yeah, February I put that video out. Got pretty decent amount of views for this channel, at any rate, from you guys. So thank you for that. A lot of comments, very good also. So what's happened since then? Since then, Solstice came out, the DLC, which is the first part of this new seasonal content update stuff that's coming out. And I was talking about it back in February about what's going on here with Elder Scrolls Online. Now, a lot of new things have happened for this game since then. This did not do too well, in my opinion. And I'm going to go into like what's going on my channel here in a minute, and you'll see here, I'm actually going to show you the numbers. I am actually going to show you the numbers, okay? Now, what I want to show you, so I did this in February. And so the expansion pack came out, what was that, like end of May, beginning of June? I think it was beginning of June. So I started putting videos out for what I typically do. I do the survey videos. The Sky Shard one was the first one that came out. Treasure maps. And as you can see here, as far as views go, okay-ish for this channel, but for a game that just released, so let's start here. The first video, 700 something, then the survey 200 something, 165 for another survey. Treasure map ones 1,600, 600 something. Then we're down to pathetic numbers because these came out later on. I had a really long time in between these because I just wasn't getting the drops for those last few surveys. Okay, so let's just say this. These numbers aren't good, because now let's go back. Yeah, so where's February? So there was a long gap of time between last year's expansion, which is Westfield. So last video I did was June 20th of last year. Look at the numbers: 6,000, 6,000, 1,000, 9,000, 9,000, 10,000, 8,000, and it just goes right on down in the multiple thousands. So let's say, this it must be the first one in early June of last year. Now, looking at these things, they're like 5,000, 6,000, and how you would normally think there's a big influx of people playing Elder Scrolls Online when these expansions first hit, and then it dies down. Wouldn't you say, based upon these numbers, that this is not a good pace to be setting right here, number-wise? And while I was, in this video, I usually do like a thank you video once a year. And I was thanking you guys for watching and, commenting and all that stuff. And, on here, I got a lot of good responses. And even if I didn't verbally respond to you, I always put like a little heart emoji just to say, hey, I read your comment. And I always read every comment. You know what I mean? So that was the thing. But yeah, so let's get down to the dashboard. I normally do not like showing these sorts of numbers to the public, but keep in mind these three things right here. Now, obviously for me, this revenue is not a precise number. These are notoriously wrong. But they're estimating the revenue over the past 28 days was this amount. But these are probably precise, the views and the watch hours. So keep in mind also, we are growing still. 48 new subscribers in the past 28 days alone. That's pretty good for me. So we're getting close to that 10,000 mark. All right, so let's go look at the first number, the views. 51,000 for the past 28 days. That's the month of, part August and mostly July. So essentially a month after the expansion hit. Your typical range, now take a look at the pop-up, your typical range 78,000 to 96,000. Okay, let that sink in, because that's a huge difference. And this, I don't even know where they get this average typical range from. But I've had better, like 3-4 years ago, obviously during COVID, when everyone's trapped in the house, these numbers were much higher. So this might be the average just from last year, or maybe it's an average of 3 years. I really don't know. But this is a pathetically huge drop-off over the past couple of months. Since the expansion came out. Since this expansion came out, you're supposed to have a bump up. I'm supposed to have a bump upwards in June and July when these expansions first hit. And that did not happen. It literally dropped after the expansions hit. This is insane. I've never seen this before. I've been on YouTube quite a long time doing Elder Scrolls Online stuff. Now look at the watch hours. 620,000 to 690,000 watch hours. And we're down to 425,000 watch hours. Estimated revenue, $200 to $270. I'm thinking it's more like what I was probably getting roughly last year. And back during COVID, yes, I was getting much better numbers. But with the cost of everything going insanely high, think about $127 is like almost nothing in this day and age. It's pocket change. I can maybe get a couple tanks of gas and maybe pay for my food. But I have other bills. I got like car insurance and all this other stuff. It's a lot of money. So what I was saying in this update video, I'm able to just, meet my means, and I was happy with that. But then this happened, or this massive drop off of literally like more than half my value of my channel just dropped off in the past 2 months. That's what I'm saying. Half the value of my channel just dropped off in the past 2 months. All right. Can you see why maybe I'm emotional a little bit, but I'm trying to contain my emotions, because years ago, when I first started doing YouTube stuff, probably on my other channel, maybe some of the earlier days of this channel, talking like 14, 15, 16 years ago when I was doing this stuff, I would go on here and then complain and rant about things not working out right in my life. And I made a promise to myself, I'm not going to come on here and get emotional or get stupid about some of this stuff. But this is like proof in the pudding that there's something going on with Elder Scrolls Online. Now, my content here is mostly has to do with maps, finding things on maps. I'm not putting out content that's like a guide to something, really. I had a couple guides before, but not much. So what kind of people are looking up these videos? The people that either A, aren't all that interested in putting add-ons on their PC, or console players. Now, what happened with the console players this past expansion was they got access to add-ons. So some of my drop here is because the console players got access to add-ons. However, I fail to see how that much of a drop in to this level would happen just because console players got access to add-ons. So I'm sort of not seeing that as the issue. You know what I mean? I'm just, it's a guess. I don't have any concrete evidence to back up that it's, every one of my viewers were from playing console. No, because there was still a lot of people that did PC that just didn't want to go through the rigmarole of, putting on add-ons and updating it every solitary time there's a major patch. And they just would use some of these videos just to go find the treasure maps and the sky shards and stuff like that. So that's what I'm saying is something is happening with Elder Scrolls Online. Now, I alluded to it in this video from 5 months ago. If you want to go watch it, you can, but most of you that give a crap about my content, some of it was like this personal stuff about the channel. Some of it was about Elder Scrolls Online. And I'm kind of just repeating some of what I said here, but not a whole lot. But I'm just like pointing out the fact that, yeah, back here 5 months ago, they were moving a lot of personnel to an unnamed MMO that they were developing. ZeniMax Online, I'm talking about, for Elder Scrolls Online here. So they moved a lot of their people over there. But guess what happened recently? Between then and now, after the expansion popped out. Microsoft, which owns ZeniMax Online, decides to cut a massive amount of people from their payroll. Pretty much across the board on all of their studios for games. Microsoft Gaming Studios, all the various Microsoft Gaming Studios. Obviously ZeniMax Online, but also everything that the other ones they own. They own World of Warcraft. They own Activision Blizzard. They own, well, what else? Who they own? I think they own like probably a lot of other big name franchises. They're not popping into my head right now, but they own a lot of other big name franchises, multi-billion-dollar money generators, and they even posted record numbers. Microsoft. So they went and did this. They shut down on that other MMO, and we also have a new developer now for Elder Scrolls Online, because I think the original one went over to that new MMO, and then he also got released. So, like I was saying in this video, I didn't want to be doom and gloom. I want to be cautiously optimistic here, but this is a very significant drop-off based upon just these numbers alone, these few. Because there are way fewer people, maybe half as many people. Maybe I don't have the exact numbers, but maybe half as many people looking up surveys and treasure maps, right? I mean, maybe I don't have the exact number, but that's my guess. So, and I could be wrong. It's probably not half. It's probably maybe two, and maybe not like not fully half, but we've lost like half the player base after this expansion popped out. That's what I'm saying. Is I think we may have lost half the player base or something. Probably not half, but that's a little absurd. But maybe up to half. My guess is probably more like a quarter. But I could be wrong. Oh, so I went looking for answers here. Let me pause this real quickly. I want to bring up someone else's video. Okay, so I wanted to bring up this guy's video. AVV Gaming. Give him a shout out. Watch this video. He just released it 3 days ago. So look at the date of this video. So what's today? August 6th, 2025. So he must have done it August 3rd. This video here pretty much hits the nail on the head. I even have a nice little back and forth with him and some other people on here. So I think he hit the nail on the head with this video as to why Elder Scrolls Online is having so many problems, and we're losing so many personnel behind the scenes that are working on this game. And now, I mean, where we're at now, we don't know. We got like a word from this new lead developer on this game, and he's obviously just trying to say all the nice politically correct things, but what does it mean at the end of the day? What's really going to happen here with this game? I mean, is it like, and I brought it out in this one, is it like, are we in maintenance mode? Are we only going to see a trickle of actual content, and most of what we do see is just going to be a bunch of bullcrap, like more outfits, mounts? And again, I like these things too, and I don't begrudge these guys making their money off of this stuff. I really don't. But there's an extent you actually have to have some kind of content for people to play. See, let's see. if I just logged in every day and all I did was surveys, and then occasionally get, run, get gear, work on builds, do housing, get motifs, play a little bit on the you can do that maybe indefinitely for months or years, but eventually it's going to get stale. If you don't have actual content, like actual quest content, moving forward with some sort of a story, something, and I said this not just in this update video, the last one, but in the 1 or 2 update videos I had before that in the past couple of years, you need something for people to grasp onto to keep them going. And if we just lost this many people, where is it? If we lost this many people, again, my numbers are probably not exactly indicative of what we lost. So keep that in mind. If we lost this many people, what does that mean? Okay? I'm just bringing up the numbers as proof. This is embarrassing to me to show these numbers. But I said, you know what? What the hell do I give a shit? I don't give a crap anymore. Me personally, I want to see Elder Scrolls Online do good. Mainly because I want to be, not only do I want to be back up at the 270 mark, I want to be at 500, 600 like I was back in COVID. I want it to grow beyond that even. I want this game to like snowball, going downhill, and I can maybe make a living off of it. Maybe pay my bills. Maybe actually be able to pay rent without having to live under my father's roof, the rest of my life. That's just my situation. I bring up these things in these other videos, like this one here. I talked more about my personal stuff, and some of those previous update videos from the years before, I talked about some of my personal living situation. I'm not gonna bring up my personal issues right here, but I'm gonna bring that up as context for me. I have a vested interest financially, and so does like all the other big name people. Hack the Minotaur. This guy here, he's probably making at least a few bucks. He's got more subscribers than me. Good on him. He actually makes some pretty good content on his channel. That's very well put together, well articulated. So I just want to give him a shout out. I'm not here to plug other people's channels by any stretch of the means, but my stuff's like lazy content. I admit it, but the thing is, I'm relentless, and like out of all the people that do survey and treasure map videos, I pretty much got all the surveys and treasure maps. So to me, I'm kind of like a fixture in the Elder Scrolls Online community. Maybe not. I might not be at the national treasure level yet. Maybe some of you think I am, but I'm not at the national treasure level yet. But I'm a fixture in Elder Scrolls Online, I think, because of these. So okay, I am so okay. I'm not very I'm not being humble here, but that's fine. I'll be a little arrogant in this. I don't know what would fix Elder Scrolls Online right now. I think the biggest thing is you have to have content, like actual quests and zones and a decent story behind them. I know they'll sit here and spin. We have professionals making these stories, and professional this and professional that. I've expressed this before, that the content of the stories are meh. The dialogue is meh. I mean, I've noticed, I'm a writer. I used to write books years ago. So seeing the level of dialogue in some of these games, particularly Elder Scrolls Online, this is the one we're talking about, it's just cringy. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what it is exactly. It's just not good. You have all this lore-related stuff you can go into, and I get this weird feeling that Bethesda does not want to let ZeniMax Online touch upon too many lore-related things, so they only can just make up their own new lore, which is what we had with Westfield, with that unmitigated disaster of the lore involved with this, where they just kind of made up a new Daedric prince out of their butt. They pulled it out of their ass, and come on, I mean, you couldn't you just have done something else for an established Daedric lord or something with this thing? I don't know. That crystal chick, I forgot her name already. I just don't give a shit about her. The crystal chick, the belly dancing crystal chick that looks like a cross between Meridia and Azora. I don't give a shit about her. She was never in the established lore. All right, I mean, I can go on and on and on about that stuff. I'm not really a big lore nut, but man, I mean, just pulling this crap out of your butt throwing it against the wall to see if it sticks. Same thing with like Solstice. This new zone. You just pull this out of your ass. Same thing with High Isle, because Solstice actually feels like High Isle 2.0, and that's where things started to go wrong with Elder Scrolls Online. It's when the High Isle expansion came out a couple years ago, and it did not meet very good, a lot of praise or anything, because it wasn't on the mainland. It was just some made-up lore that these guys had to make up on their own. They're not very good at just making up their own lore, or they're taking a small scrap of something that Todd Howard decides to throw at them, and then they just said, well, I guess we'll try to make shit sandwiches out of the shit we just been shoveled. You know what I mean? That's what I think from a lore perspective and a story perspective that they're doing. So having actual content is good, but it needs to be better combat or better content. I'm looking at something else on my list here I had written up. I wanted to see other types of combat. That's what I want to see. Okay, you got PvP combat. I told you this before. In these past couple updates, I tried to throw some ideas out there. Like, what else can you do? Copy Elder Scrolls Online, or copy World of Warcraft and make like a pet battle game. Copy World of Warcraft. I want to see like a mounted arena, because I think I mentioned this in the last one. Why not make something like that Argent tournament where you're stuck on your mount? Actually, like, give a reason for people to actually have mounts. And you're like jousting and shit. Why not? That'd be great. And like I said before in that last one, I feel bad for you PvP people. You literally get crapped on. I'm not into PvP, as I don't care so much, but I mean, they need to give you like a new zone and some new ways to experience PvP. So, and then there's little things like, how about just the basic ability to change like your hair color? You can't change your hair color unless you got to pay them for a change token or something. I mean, come on, just make a barber shop in the game so we can get hair colors. Then we can unlock the hair colors with certain achievements or something. Expand more with the houses. Actually have it so like we can be in our houses and do our daily crafting writs. So when you have a guild, you're not clogging up like, Stormhaven, Deshan. I go to Somerset a lot for some of my guys, and all these places just to do your crafting dailies. It's nice to see people running around and all. Why not have like your guild actually have like, it'll bring people together better on their guilds if like their guild hall actually had like the daily crafting surveys and turn-ins for that, like in the actual guild hall. I thought that would be a cool idea. I also like the idea, like in my house, maybe if I could just have some of my offline characters there, put like their outfits and tell them to do emotes. You're selling emotes and you're earning emotes in game. How come we can't like actually have it so our characters can actually do the emotes when you can program them to do that? Because right now you can program them to walk around, either run, walk, jog, and stay at a certain spot, but they don't do anything. So why not have them like do emotes or something? You know what I mean? Like dance or whatever. Why not have like suits of armor or mounted weapons for your house? So all these motifs that we're getting, we can actually mount all of them. And instead of like pissing everyone off with nerfing everything, how about you just bring some of these other things that need to be buffed up? They're already talking about, in this next update that's coming out pretty soon, about nerfing a bunch of crap that has to do with subclassing. That's their fault for not... This is a huge thing. Subclassing was a huge thing. I enjoy subclassing so far. I know some people are like, it broke the meta, or broke this, or everyone's using assassination as... Okay, I get it, but why not like do something to buff the lesser stuff that people aren't using rather than nerfing everything else? You know what I mean? Like you do this, you did that before, and it pisses people off, and they literally quit the game. We had a mass migration out After that high isle thing, A, because of the high isle sucked. B, the trading card game sucked. But 3, the biggest thing after high isle was that one update. I think it's update 35 or 36. I can't remember. Where they like completely changed some of the ways that combat was done. I can't remember what the changes were. I'm not big into what they changed there, but that drove a huge amount of people away, and that's when I started to see the decline. Why do that? If you're bleeding subscribers, don't do that kind of thing. And when you do implement things like subclassing, fix the damn thing in the PT, in the public test realm before you go live with it. Holy crap, if this thing's all unbalanced, that's on you people. Not on us. I'm enjoying the system. You know? I want more. I want more skill lines. Like I told you before, I want an unarmed skill line. I want to see a bow staff skill line. You know what I mean? Or like a claw weapon one. Something like that. Beyond that, I mean, I don't know. I guess you could have, I don't know, jiggle physics on women's breasts. There you go. That'll sell a few things too. All right, I say that as a guy, but you know what I mean. I mean, stop. Like, just enough already with this crap. You always have to shoehorn in a bunch of woke bullshit too, and then you got that's driving people away, and it just looks ridiculous. And well, I can go on and on and on with what this game's doing. Like, you're pissing people off left and right for all sorts of different balance issues. And then you have the Vengeance campaign for PvP. For crying out loud, man. I mean, when is that going to get like actually implemented? The PvP people, some of them like it. I mean, I'm assuming some people like it. I've heard a couple positive things about it. When's that going to get pushed out? Because I mean, maybe they have to go back to the drawing board on that. I don't know. So at any rate, people, I don't know what else to say. For me and my channel, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to do more talky videos like this because, let's get back to that list. Okay, let's see here, look. From June to February, I had no videos. And from February to this June, I had no videos. Look at the dates on these. I got over the past 3 years, this is the way it's been. Where you've had no DLC in the middle of the cycle. They just had the main thing drop, which was Westfield, and then some dungeon DLCs. You need content in the middle of the year, in the middle of your cycle, I should say. So Solstice, okay, they're going to open up the second half of the map, but you already have all the surveys done. They only had 3 treasure maps for this, and maybe they'll give you 3 more treasure maps. So whenever they open up that second half of the Solstice map, I'll have a few more videos for that. But I need to be making content more consistently. I need to maybe put out a video a month or maybe a video a week per. I don't know about if I'm gonna keep harking on this issue about what's wrong with this freaking game, because I only bring that up once a year or so. With these update videos, like this one here, probably 2 years ago, I was probably talking about that then also. I mean, I can keep bringing it up, but what's the point? What's the point? That's beating a dead horse. So yeah, I don't know. So I'm just gonna say this: I'm looking into either just putting content out just for the sake of putting content out, which feels to me like it's wrong. I don't want to do that. Because I can go to other games, just do Let's Plays, and if no one watches them, well, at least I put content out. So from their algorithm point of view, they don't like these large gaps of 5, 6, 7 months in between things. So these dates here, it could be that my channel is being pushed down in some of the rankings because I'm not putting out a lot of consistent. That's just a big spurt in June. And a big spurt last June. And then the year before that was a big spurt then, right? Just a pile of videos and then back to nothing again. The algorithm apparently doesn't like that. So I might have to come in here and do more videos like this where I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. And one last thing before, I know I brought it up in this video. Again, I'm going to continue to make these videos, the survey map videos, anyway. But I'm less motivated if I can't even pay for the damn game because I have to pay for my bills. If it gets to the point where I can't even pay for the game, the content releases each year, then I might not be able to do that, you know? I don't know. But I was talking in here in this last one about, I put on my channel page a donation thing, and let me just bring it up real quickly. I think it's on, yeah, it's in this thing here. So you'll see the PayPal donate. Please, if you can, donate. I had like, after this last video, that one there, I did have like 4 or 5 people contribute. Thank you. Again, I'm very thankful. I put a thank you video out of every year. I'm so thankful that I am like blessed like this. But if you can give, great. It's not going to affect me if you don't. So I always, that's what I said in here, and I'm still saying that now. But I do want you to guys understand, though almost nearly 10,000 of you out there now, that I might be putting other content out. What it is, I don't know yet. I might not put any content out. I'm just so depressed by this whole freaking thing. I might just say, to hell with it. I'm just going to keep doing like this. I might just keep spurting it out once a year and just not give a shit. I don't know. But I might start putting content out, like talkie videos. Like I'm doing, this one's a talkie video. This is the first one I really actually addressed directly. Not making it like more like a channel update and more like a, this is the state of other schools online. What the hell's going on here? Like talking about it like in a more of a news sense. And I don't really want to go into doing a news sense. I don't want to be a news ESO channel. We got a lot of other ones out there to do it and probably do it better than me. Like Hack the Minotaur does stuff and a bunch of other people do stuff. And at the end of the day, what does my opinion matter? Not much. I mean, what does this mean? Just does that mean my opinion matters more than yours? Just because I got a channel and some subscribers doesn't mean nothing. Your opinion probably matters more than me. I'm way more casual of a player, you know. So, at any rate, I didn't want to ramble, but this whole video was a very rambly video, and I apologize for that. But you might start seeing content that's completely different and off the wall. You might see other video games. You might see me doing talkie videos about Elder Scrolls Online. You might see me just fade off into the distance and into the sunset and just spurt out crap once or twice a year like this. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is there's something going on with this freaking game here. All right? So I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I gave you some suggestions just now. What can be done to fix the game? I'm not saying like these things will fix it, but I appreciate when people do leave comments and the thumbs up on the videos. I know like this kind of content is like, oh, I just need to find out where Blacksmith Survey Solstice is. Click on the video. You only watch half the video just to see the map, then you go get it. Good, that's fine. I've learned to live with that. But if you could hit that thumbs up and throw a quick comment like thanks or something. It helps with the algorithm so much, guys. It really does. And I'm thankful that we're getting a lot of new subscribers too. Like I said, where is that? Oh, I must have shut it down. But we're getting, like, we had 48 in the past month alone. New subscribers. That's damn good. So the subscriber base is still growing. But like I said in this one, subscriber base don't matter a whole lot if people ain't watching the videos. And this is proof in the pudding right here. Or that other thing. Where is it? No, not that one, you idiot. Come on. These numbers are proof in the pudding. That's 48 subscribers, new subscribers, but down numbers like by half. Okay, so that's proof. Subscribers mean, and they're nice and they do help, but they're not helping here, are they? They're not helping in this crap. They really ain't. So, all right, enough of my rant. Thank you, guys, and I don't know what else can I say. I will see you guys soon, hopefully soon. All right, adios, folks.